a special Star Wars edition of Poppin Off. Special, super special. You didn't watch the movie.
I have not.
Shame on you.
Joining with me as always, we have my co-host Ashley.
Hi.
And my good friend Ashley. And our new good friends, Jimmy and Greg.
How's it going, everyone?
Greg, where are you from?
I'm from Red Felt Breaks. I live here in New York. Check me out on Instagram and Twitter at Red Felt Breaks.
Jimmy?
I'm from Montasy Comics, NYC. It's located here in Midtown Manhattan, about 5 blocks away.
Very cool. We need to do something live from there.
Yes, we do.
Oh, certainly,
I really feel like we need to...
Comic book heaven.
That's all. We
Comic
have to
book
do
heaven. We got to do something there.
Yeah, we have comics, pops.
I know.
I go there for the
trading card
baseball
games.
cards.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie.
I want to. I used to collect base. I don't know if we ever talked about this.
No, we
When
did not.
When I was a little kid, I collected baseball cards.
Was it for the gum or you like the cards?
I liked the cards.
Okay.
Because I used to go into. I'll always remember this for the rest of my life. There was a pizza place that me and my dad went to every Friday night, and while we waited for them to make the pizza, there was a used bookstore right next door, and they had hundreds of tops and all these kind of packs and stuff like that, and then they had the little glass displays, and then they had like little shoe boxes full of stacked cards and stuff like that. I was like, if I would come in with like $5, my dad would give me like a couple dollars, or I would have a couple dollars or something, and I go in and I would just like kind of weigh my options. Whether I should grab a pack of new stuff, or if I should look through and kind of like.
It's funny.
Yeah.
$5. You know, today it's like maybe one pack. I take my man Madden into comic book stores there's one by the park by his school. Nothing personal, Jimmy. It's sheer proximity to location, and unfortunately he knows where it is now. So when we walk by, he knows we're going in, and he knows he's getting something. That's a 5-year-old, but yeah, $5 doesn't get you much.
Not
at all.
Yeah.
Not absolutely not.
But the one good thing I will say is he gets so excited. It could be the card, but if it looks cool, it's the best to watch.
Well, that's how I started.
It's the best to
collecting.
watch.
Yeah, absolutely. That's how I started collecting cards. I didn't even pick a particular sport. Like, I mean, as I started getting a little bit further, I followed baseball, so I started picking out the players I knew. But before that, it was like, oh, it's a holographic NBA card. I want that. It's 5 cents versus buying a new pack for $1.
Exactly.
Like so I did that. So, why are you guys in?
We're in to talk about Solo.
We are.
A Star Wars movie. Star Wars story, excuse me. Excuse me.
What I wanted to do, before we even get to any cards or anything like that, is talk about it. Who saw the movie?
I saw it.
I did.
Unlike the last time we were
This
here, I
morning.
made sure I saw it before.
So, 1, 2, 3.
Again, I'm the odd man out.
Ashley didn't see the movie. Hashtag Ashley didn't watch it.
Sorry.
You live up to the hashtag.
I know. Everyone's going to have so much fun today.
Have you seen Deadpool yet?
No
yeah,
interest.
Just tear me a new one.
You didn't see Deadpool either?
I thought the first one,
You
I couldn't
haven't
wait for it
seen
to
it?
end.
Really?
I could not wait for
Do you
it to
feel like
end.
it's just like
I haven't
is it
seen it yet either,
juvenile?
I
Like, what
must
do you
No,
say.
I
Is
honestly,
it
I didn't. I
unappealing?
thought it was like stupid.
Oh, there you go.
I thought it was stupid. Like, I liked some of the humor, the backhanded references, but as a whole, besides what's her name, Marina Baccarin, is that how you pronounce her last name?
I'm horrible with
You
pronunciation.
know who I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
I know
I mean,
exactly
she
who
was the best. If I would have rather watched it in silence to look at her, because I love Ryan Reynolds, and he reminded me of Van Wilder. He reminded me, which was great, which I love that, but it was just like,
Too
I didn't think
much?
they did a good job explaining stuff. And maybe because I had this preconceived notion of what Deadpool was from the Wolverine movie. When they first introduced Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool, but like, it was a completely different story than that. So like, okay, I'm told this one was truer to the comic book.
Oh, this one, the original, the regular Deadpool movie.
The one I don't like.
The one you don't like, that you
It was
already
true
saw.
to the comics.
That was very close. You'll back me up on this? Very close to the comics.
What was cool in the Wolverine movie was how Sabretooth was killing all these, what am I talking about? Mutants to get their powers to build Deadpool. And how his father sewed his mouth shut.
But that never happened.
I realize
he's called
that
the
now.
Merc with the mouth. Because
Well, yeah, no, I get it. Well, Wade talked so much and throughout the movie that made sense. I mean,
what's funny is if you mashed up the Wade Wilson character from that Logan movie, or from X-Men
Wolverine Origins, I think it was.
If you mashed up that the Wade Wilson stuff with Deadpool 1,
two different things.
No, I think that's very, because he was a mercenary. He did all of that stuff. That's what his backstory is supposed to be. But then he gets sick, he gets cancer, and then he goes into the program and everything like that. And then they didn't
do a good job explaining the program, in my opinion, in the movie.
I I think they glossed over it on purpose
Okay, but like,
because it wasn't supposed to be a dark movie, and that part's very dark.
okay, well,
Yeah,
you know.
when Deadpool first came out, I mean, I think people sometimes forget it's the original origins in X-Men. He was a lot more serious character. It was a lot, somber. But then when Mouth came out, when they did a reiteration, then it's a lot more fun. And I think that's what they're trying to do.
Right.
I think, in at least now, again, I did not see the movie, but I read a little bit about it. It seems like they are getting ready to set up possibly another X franchise type of movie. So
Yeah.
that
I don't
will
want
be
to
pretty
give anything
interesting.
away, but I'm not gonna say that you're getting close.
Yeah,
to-
and I'll leave it at that.
All right. So we all saw Solo. Do you mind if we talk about
Go
Solo?
for it. No,
All
no,
right,
go for
guys. Possible spoilers. Like we're not gonna completely throw out the entire movie, but
I don't mind it. I don't mind it. Go
potential spoil. I'm telling everybody out there.
Spoiler
Oh
alert!
my
Spoiler alert!
I don't think we're gonna like on purpose like say anything like when
There's
when we
nothing
did
to
the
spoil.
Avengers. Yeah, it's kind of a
No,
straightforward.
that's not true. What we were talking about
Yeah.
before.
There was
the
a few
Crimson
We'll
things,
bring
yeah.
that up. We will
Well, at
refer
the
to
end.
that.
Few things I'm hoping.
That's
You don't even know what you're hoping
you have
for.
no
so.
idea.
Really?
But here's what you guys can give your opinions. My opinion was, and we were talking about this before when we were sound checking everything, was I was worried but just like optimistic. I was like, you know what? Rogue One wasn't bad, and that was one of the one-offs, and it wasn't like the original like the trilogy ones that I knew, the main story arc and stuff like that. So I was like, just be on the same level. Like that's all I wanted. So I went in worried but optimistic. And I left going, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad at all. I
So-
agree with that sentiment. It wasn't bad.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. Sounds weird. It's almost like somebody's
Right.
serve you a
Well,
nice dinner, and you're like, yeah, it wasn't bad.
alright.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean, the
What'd you
critics
go
destroyed
back
it
for?
beforehand. Like it did. So you
think
came
so.
in with the notion, oh, this isn't going to be that good because this movie got panned and it's a Star Wars movie, and they never do that. But even like, I didn't like I was saying before. It didn't feel like it was a Star Wars movie.
But did
It was a
Rogue One-
science fiction movie that happened to take place in Star Wars. So that may build up expectations.
I see.
You're
And it was more, and there was more drama in this movie
Oh yeah, definitely.
than there was in all the other ones. That was, romance. Let's call it romance. What it was. It was a sci-fi romance movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
But
and
you-
So like a sci-fi chick flick kind of situation?
no, I
or?
wouldn't say a chick
not
flick,
exactly.
Yeah,
but there was a lot more romance than all the other 9 movies combined, I would say.
Seriously?
Well, for me personally, I actually am in a slightly different camp. I actually enjoy the movie. I actually think it's a lot of fun. I think it's to your point, though. If you're not going there with a preconceived notion of, oh, this is what Star Wars is going to be,
Right.
you're literally going to, and you don't know anything about Star Wars, you've never heard of Star Wars, and it's just Han and Chewie's adventure, right? I personally enjoyed it. I think it's a lot of fun.
I think the
Okay,
only
so I would like it.
yeah, you're gonna like it because you haven't seen of
Haven't
the
seen all of them.
yeah, you haven't
Yeah.
seen all of them.
Yeah,
anyway.
that's the thing. And I'm curious why Ron Howard attached himself to this, to be honest. Was it more like a resume thing to check the box, I did a Star Wars movie? Because
Yeah.
I don't think the script was that strong. I think that was the problem.
I'll give you that. There were
The script was lacking, and in that it was just kitschy at times.
Well, I think they're trying to appease everyone, and then having a standalone, and
doing
then
that,
still
yeah.
have a little bit of characters or plot that you could kind of refer to as a Star Wars fan.
Here's a couple of times, and I was never deep into like Star Wars like backstories and stuff like that. So I knew that Han and Chewie met, and like Chewie owed Han something, like as like a life sacrifice or something like that. And I don't feel like I feel like they really glossed over that part. So saying it wasn't as bad, like it wasn't bad type of thing, is more because of that for me. Because if I had gotten the satisfaction from their meeting and the reason that they're now like bonded forever type of thing, I probably would have been more, and it kind of goes along with the writing with your point, but I would have been more into it. I would have been like, you know what, it's a good movie, go see it, because it at least for that part it would have tied more in. But that was more of my disappointment.
And going to your point on it, I thought they did actually do a really good job of showing how Han got the Millennium Falcon from Lando.
I do like that part.
I did
That
like
was
that
really
a
good.
lot.
Yeah.
I was disappointed that it took that long to expose. I'm not gonna spoil it, to expose Lando for who he was, but it was good to end it like that. It was, with them doing that.
That was a good. Yeah, that was really one of those good, really quick scenes. I did
And
like that.
I thought he was gonna be in the movie a little more than he was,
Yeah.
because they're giving him a spin-off.
Lando?
Really?
They're giving, from what I'm told, there's a Lando spin-off and there's going to be an Obi-Wan Kenobi story.
Well, I heard about that, and then
Lando makes sense. It makes sense because there's no, from what I'm told, and I don't read the books and the thing. There's nothing. You can do whatever you want.
right.
Sort of like
Well,
this.
The whole thing is
Yeah.
when Disney bought it, I think they wiped a lot of the books and a lot of like the backstories and older comic books and older story arcs
Graphic
and
novels.
books. Yeah, they wiped a lot of that. So the stuff that's now canon is kind of the newer stuff, like the cartoons. I know Rebels is, and there's one other cartoon that is.
Yeah, I keep on forgetting the other
I can't
one.
remember the name of that cartoon. And then all of the 9 movies that are out now are, I believe, there's 9 out, right? Yeah, 9 with Rogue One. Those are all canon. And I think there's a newer comic book series that's canon also. But other than
Yeah,
that,
it is canon.
yeah.
Yeah, and I think what they're trying to do is, especially from a movie standpoint, they're trying to do what Marvel did. right?
Exactly.
Take a lot of the characters in the Star Wars universe and then say, look, how can we develop them? Because there's a lot more backstory
Right.
that people are interested in and all that and so forth. So that's how they're going to have more
See,
and more different movies.
Exactly. And I have not seen all the other Star Wars. I won't lie, but I would love to see the Obi-Wan story, obviously, because anything to do with the first, episodes 4, 5, and 6, you want to see, and that's why the Landau thing makes sense, because you have this guy just come out of nowhere as a smuggler. Han won the ship from him. He played a big part in Empire. Of Han getting frozen, and then he, returns the favor by unfreezing him in Jedi.
The thing is, and it's another point that I was a little bit disappointed in. I thought they were gonna be more of like a thing, like he was just see ya. Like,
Yeah,
and just
I
gone.
said I was
Like,
disappointed with that.
But I was more disappointed that he just in the middle of the movie did that. Not that he wasn't in the movie, but I was more disappointed that he was just like.
Well, it
"Peace."
goes to the smuggler thing.
It does, but they seemed like they were better friends in 4, 5,
Well,
and 6.
but the thing is, and this is, I actually had a conversation with some of our guys at the shop, and
This
and
should be a good
2
conversation.
guys were heavy Star Wars fan, and
Okay.
they actually enjoyed it.
Okay.
And I always preface it by a couple things. I
Actually
always
enjoyed
say,
it. Did everyone
yeah,
pick
from
up
what
on that?
everybody's saying,
Actually enjoyed a Star Wars movie.
from
You
all the
think fan-
feedback,
did
from
they
everything
sleep
that's
out?
going
Did
on,
they
I'm
sleep
like,
out
wait
in no
a
one
second.
costume?
Oh
Probably
no,
did.
they actually
No?
just they know the stories, they know all the
Oh,
backstories.
they've been following
But,
it.
but the way I always ask folks about a movie is, okay, are you gonna go back, or are you gonna recommend, or would you see it again, right? And then in this instance, I was like, well, how does that compare to The Last Jedi? How does it compare to any of them before, like the Rogue One? And for a couple of the guys, they think it's better than Rogue One, and possibly better than The Last Jedi. But what we're talking about, and we really had a discussion about, is can't believe Han is a certain way. Like they expected him. It's the same thing what you're
Right,
saying about
right.
Landau. They expected them to be better than that.
Right.
But my take was, well, that's the evolution of Solo, a Star Wars story, because they don't become who they are in episode 4, 5, or 6 without going through,
All right.
you want trials and tribulations and all that and so forth.
I like that.
Right, yeah.
I'm buying what you're selling.
I'm trying to sell that, so
No,
maybe
but
there's a
it
Solo
It
2.
makes sense. I do think that, like you said, Disney's tried to change things. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's more about the money than
Right.
anything else, which is something that I think that Marvel has done with Disney has done a better job of than
Yep,
with this,
absolutely.
because
Well, I feel like Marvel kind of took it from the ground floor. Disney kind of came in when it was already this thing. Like Marvel, they started
yeah.
with Iron Man, and they just started from the
of course.
bottom.
Yeah, they
But
planned out 10
that's
years,
what's and that's the
Right.
good things about some of these like side stories, like Landau, Obi-Wan. I'm sure there's going to be other stories too.
Well, I heard, and I'm gonna bring this up on the next show. I heard that there is a Boba Fett movie.
Boba
Oh,
Fett.
yeah. Mhm.
Boba Fett where?
But now there's a big stuff circulating where everybody wants it to be an R-rated movie.
Okay.
because he's a bounty hunter, so he's
Yeah,
gonna be
but I
killing
mean,
people.
the funny
and
thing is,
doing
was
stuff.
Boba Fett like besides like that figure and the name Boba Fett? Was he ever a part of any of them? Like
He's just
Boba Fett.
he's one of those characters where everybody wants to see where he came from. Type
Like
of-
Jar Jar Binks.
I would never want to see Jar
I
Jar
know.
Binks.
Okay, nobody likes Jar Jar Binks. Maybe except one person.
No, I got it. I
Ashley would
didn't know
like
what to
Jar Jar
say.
Binks.
I didn't know what to say.
I would.
I didn't know what to say. I mean, I think it would be cool to do something about the Ewoks. I'm waiting for the Ewoks to appear. And have they been in anything besides Jedi? Return of the Jedi?
They haven't gone back to Endor.
I haven't gone back to Endor.
Oh,
They-
God.
that's
It's a
their
shame.
planet.
It's a shame.
I don't think they have the gift of flight.
Didn't wait? Who was buried on Endor?
They
Didn't they bury
burned
Darth Vader there?
They burned Darth Vader there.
Yeah, and because you see him with Yoda and Obi-Wan, well, Anakin, I should say, and Obi-Wan,
yeah.
and that's where Luke finds out that Leia's his sister.
And
And
he
then
found out before that, but yeah, that's where Han finds out. that they're
Okay.
brother and sister.
I mean, we're dating ourselves.
Hey,
See,
my dad plopped me down in front of the TV and was like,
I remember seeing the
Star
Jedi.
Wars, you're
I
watching
can
it.
tell you where I saw Jedi.
"Oh, I didn't see any of them in the theater."
Well, I'm old.
Yeah,
Jimmy and
I
I
never
are
did
older
I.
than you guys.
He's not old
You didn't
enough
see it in
for
the
that.
theaters?
No, I saw it over and over and again and over.
Jedi
on
was the
cable.
only one I saw in the theaters. I haven't seen Empire in probably 25 years. I need to watch it because in all these conversations, all my friends are like, it's the best one by far.
We did this once. We did this in an early episode where we ranked the movies and stuff like that. Where would you guys put? Obviously, I think it's
you
safe
can't
to
ask
say,
me. I haven't seen all of them.
I know, but it's safe to say original trilogy is going to be in the top 3, or at least the top 4.
Yeah.
You know what? The feedback, and I haven't seen it. Now I want to see it. There's Rogue One is right up there.
It's really
Right.
good.
Rogue One
This
is
fantastic.
Yeah, this kind of goes to my list.
and
My,
the story is great. Getting
Right.
the plans for once I was told what it was about, I want to see it. How
Yeah.
they get the plans for the Death Star.
the thing that was really good about Rogue One, and I won't ruin it. It's on Netflix. You can watch
Oh,
it.
I know.
Is how they just carved it right in up against Episode 4. So when you finish it, Episode 4 starts. So now when I recommend people to watch it that haven't watched that, I tell them to start with Rogue One. I
Well,
say,
and that's the thing about Han. Like, I mean, you would thinking that it would flow better into episode. Was it? I guess it's before 4, after 3, right?
it's after 3 and before Rogue One because
Okay, but you know
in
what
the
I'm
movie
saying.
the
But are
rebellion-
any of those? Is Han in Rogue One?
no,
None of them are, right?
but they're all alive. They're just
I
in different-
understand.
Like I can't give away. I
Don't-
wanna give
don't- we'll
anything
talk
away.
about- anyway,
But
let's-
yeah. So what did you guys bring in today? Let's talk about this.
We brought
This is
in
very exciting.
from Topps. It's Solo, a Star Wars story. What Topps pretty much did is they put together, a checklist of all 100-card set, base set, all the different characters and some of the scenes that happen in the movie. They're also autograph signers. There's a 10-card autograph set. And what's also interesting is, and this is what you begin to see in the hobby, is sketch artists, right? There's I think a roster of approximately 132 sketch artists that would sketch out different characters, vehicles, different sceneries within the movie, and that's something that you could see. Now, the autos and the sketches are about 1 per box. Now, I brought 2 boxes here.
You get 2 hits in a box. Average
get
of
2
1 of
hits.
each.
And there's also a special insert. And that insert is like just a manufacturer patch that you could try. And, the insert is if the collector in all of us would like to open these and, and then began to put together a set,
Ooh, okay.
all that and so forth.
Oh wow! So this is cool. They have this is an iconic card
Yep.
of the Millennium Falcon. Now, if you know anyone that has Star Wars toys, if you have a Millennium Falcon in the package, it's worth more than probably going to college nowadays.
Of course,
Yeah,
I
my
was
first package
It's funny.
was Millennium Falcon.
I used to play a card game with the gentleman who actually started Toys R Us. He recently passed away,
I
Charlie.
know that's
And very dear friend, and I always wanted to ask him about what toys they had in storage that didn't sell, because I mean, who thought to save this stuff in 1979 when it came out?
I got another Millennium Falcon. That's an action shot though.
Yeah.
From the movie.
I got Han Solo's card.
I did.
I wouldn't know it was Han Solo if hard, it's hard to zoom in, but
Silhouette of
it's a
Han Solo.
silhouette of Han.
This is very cool. Like
Oh, that looks interesting.
just like what you were
Interesting.
saying.
That may be an error
Could be
card.
Boba Fett actually, and they're pretending it's Han. We don't know.
It could be, but I think the card is supposed to look like.
What's really cool with these, I got different points of the movie Han Solo in different outfits. One is a mud trooper, and
I did like the Mud Trooper part.
yeah.
I thought that was interesting because, it answered a question. There was a shower on the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah.
And
No, it
apparently-
wasn't Millennium Falcon. Excuse me, it was Beckett's ship. It was
Yes.
Beckett's ship, but there was a shower.
This is pretty much the different types of
Oh, I
vehicles.
like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
Kira.
These are really cool.
Kira.
Yeah.
What did you guys
These
think of
little teeny
Kira?
postcards.
I would have liked to see her development a little bit
Up,
more.
I got a sketch card. Oh, I got a patch. Excuse me. I got a
Manufactured patch.
Chewbacca patch.
Cool.
Oh, very cool.
That's
That's
dope.
cool.
Patch. Yeah.
Chewy.
Those are like usually one with possibly two per box, depends. And the good thing about this box, like the way Topps make it, is that you generally get a set out of it. 100 card base set, so that way.
Good. These are for kids. You can tell.
Oh yeah,
It's
these are.
priced right.
Did you play? I have a question about this since we're opening Star Wars cards and stuff. Did you ever play the card-based Star Wars game?
Which ones?
The Magic like it came out like after Magic.
Yeah.
See, I know. I bought them. I bought the stuff to
Orlando.
save the
nice.
the short prints, just like I did the Harry Potter cards. And as Jimmy was saying before, Warwick Davies. I don't remember his character name because that was the one thing in a Star Wars movie. Unless you're a major character,
Oh,
like
wow.
I mean, I had no idea that the nefarious Moloch was this character's name. And if you saw the movie, you know who he is. He was from the Mud Planet. Was he? Wasn't he from the Mud Planet?
Now this is a patch card, except I guess it's a
That's
That's cool.
die cut patch.
That is
So-
cool.
Oh, it's in the shape of the Millennium Falcon.
No,
No, this is the wolves that were chasing.
Right. But it looks.
Where
looks
were the
like it's in
wolves
shape
chasing
of-
them
Oh,
again?
it
I
is
remember it.
actually.
Yeah,
That was a good
that's what I was
catch.
just like looking right at it. I was
Didn't dawn on me until I'm looking at it from the other side. Yeah, so this is one of the sketch artists that did that. I think it's Patricio Carrasco. Sorry if I messed up your name.
Whoops.
that was a
Oh,
cool
and then
part. I did
another
like that
thing
part.
they have are stickers.
Yep.
Oh,
They have stickers. Yeah, you could put if you want to put Enfy's nest on your refrigerator. Go right ahead. I don't know who. I didn't know that Enfy was the name, but that's the beautiful thing about these cards. You see the movie, and there's so many characters, and now you know who
Absolutely.
they are.
Exactly.
You
And,
know-
that's what this 100 card base set is. It tells you what each individual cards are.
Smooth and
Kira.
sophisticated Lando.
Kira,
These. I'm collecting all of these.
Kira,
I'm collecting all of these.
not a fan.
No.
You're not? I actually
Not a
thought
fan
her,
of Kira, having seen the movie.
But,
I thought her character is interesting, but it could have been
Interesting.
developed a little
Yeah,
bit more.
that's exactly what I
They
said.
could have gone to a little more of the background about how Kira ended up on Dryden's
where
ship
she
and
ended
why.
up and
Exactly.
stuff.
With the what was it? The Crimson. What was it called?
I keep on thinking Crimson Tide, but
It was Crimson. Whatever it was.
Hey guys, in the chat, I know I haven't ignoring you guys. I promise. We needed some space on the table. Do you guys remember what the name of the gang of thieves that Kira was a part of? I'm gonna check back on the chat.
It was Crimson something.
I know it was. Was it? It wasn't.
Crimson Rye? No.
I know it's not Crimson Tide, so let me see.
I don't know. I'll give them a couple
Another
minutes.
Kira card. Chewy. Dryden Voss is. Well, this is great. This guy was Dryden Voss's security
I got
enforcer.
Speeder Escape. Goes with the patch scene.
Range Trooper?
Yep.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Oh, this is cool. This is a concept art
Orlando.
card.
Yeah, I
Yep.
got a bunch of those in one of these.
And
packs.
This is fun to look at.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, these are really. Oh, I got something.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, it's another
That's
one
a
of the
nice
sketches.
looking
That's
sketch.
a beautiful sketch card.
Now the thing about sketch cards is the price range generally could be, 10, 15 to maybe hundreds of dollars, depending on the
Wow.
artist.
Yeah, you're not
Depending
buying
on the
this
popularity.
to get a big
Yeah.
hit. Like on Red Felt Breaks, we were opening stuff, to get that home run, to find that $100,000 Shohei Ohtani. But here, this is more for the fans and, to educate. Now, this was one of the cooler scenes that I've seen. The train, I thought that was pretty cool.
Oh yeah, that was an awesome scene.
But they didn't do a good job of what was the material called that they were stealing?
They were stealing the fuel.
Yeah, but they didn't do a good job of explaining what the fuel, all that stuff either. They just kind of jumped from planet to this, expecting you to know it.
They did. I mean, they're like you kind of just going back to the beginning what we were talking about.
Here you go.
It was
the
kind of more.
sophisticated Landau. for your Landau collection.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
see
very
this one?
sophisticated. Another sticker.
Yes. Now, what did you? I happen to have thought that I was shocked with what happened with Han and Beckett because I mean, can I just go into it?
Yeah, just go
it,
for
why
it, guys.
not?
You know, when
Spoiler
Han
warning.
talked to Beckett about the plan, and then Beckett ran off, I actually thought that was part of Han's plan. That Beckett was, you know, I guess from other movies, you know, I had Doctor Strange in my head, you know, from Infinity War, that they had to do certain things a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
That, and you know, I didn't expect him to be the one that sold them out to Dryden.
Ooh,
I
got a patch.
was completely.
Ooh,
Oh, that's a
Wow.
nice badge.
It's really
Oh,
nest.
very cool.
super.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I was genuinely surprised at that part too.
Ooh, a Kira sticker.
Ooh, your favorite.
No, you know what it was? She didn't, you know, like, she loved Han. And you could tell she loved Han, but I want to know what she did that was more important, that she would betray him the way she did.
But did she betray him?
Yeah. 'Cause
Really?
if she didn't betray him, she wouldn't have reached out to. Can I say it? Am I allowed to say it?
Say it.
Am I allowed to say
You
it?
can use the code word for him.
Yeah, to the leader.
To the leader of the Chrisman gang, whatever they were called.
But she didn't.
She reported into him after Dryden was killed. She may have exaggerated, but she didn't need to. She could have left with Han.
Yeah,
but
but
then that guy
Leia would have
tracked-
never done that.
Yeah, but
to
that,
Han.
that guy would have tracked him
Leia
down.
would have never. Doesn't matter. Love is mightier than anything, right?
But Leia's Leia.
but then they both
these
would be
are-
dead.
Yeah, these are flawed characters. Like,
Clearly.
but that's what it is. Like, that's the whole story. Like, that's I mean, we gotta go to break. Actually, guys, stay tuned. We'll be back in
Literally.
a minute.
Yep.
I promise. We're just gonna play with some more cards. We'll come back. We'll talk a little bit more Star Wars, and then we'll clean up.
Nah.
Yeah, forget that.
Leave it.
Guys,
Sussman
stay
will be
tuned. Come
soon.
back. Back after this. Poppin' Off.
There's too much distance separating you and I.
Thanks. I think someone has a crush on you.
Okay, who?
Let's make a game of it. One of these is a lie. He's 6'4". He collects stuffed exotic birds. He spends his free time trying to save lives.
Are you talking about Kevin?
Yeah! He's a registered bone marrow donor. Last week he got a call. He might be a match.
He's so cute. Oh, he is.
You could be a life-saving match for a patient with blood cancer. Learn more at dkms.org.
Have you ever wanted to have a fantasy expert in the palm of your hand? Or better yet, in the pocket of your khakis? Well, check it out. Now you can. It's the Fantasy Sports Radio Network app. Download it now to your phone, we promise. No weird viruses, no strange tracking things. Just 24 hours a day, 7 days a week of pure fantasy knowledge dropping all over your head. It's the Fantasy Sports Radio Network app. Stop being a weirdo and streaming it online. Get it on your phone. Take it with you everywhere you go.
My way. This is for you, Ashley.
Poppin' Off! I am Danny Otto. Joining with me as always is my good friend Ashley. Hi. And our new good friends, Gregg and Jimmy.
How's it going?
Hello.
We've been talking Star Wars. What I wanted to do during the break, I did get to check. I peeked in the chat room. I promise I'm not ignoring anybody. It's just really hard. We have a mess here. But Martin
It's fun.
did give us the name of the gang, Crimson Dawn.
Crimson Dawn.
So shout out to number one fan Martin. Thank you so much for doing that. We were
Ash-
stuck.
Ashley's enjoying
I know.
opening these packs. This is what I'm
having
talking
so
about.
much
You got so
fun,
many packs
honestly.
that you got to open.
So you know
This is fun, too.
these are nice cards. They're nice to look at. They're good photos, good whatever. But you know what's disappointing? And I'm looking at so we're talking about the movie and different things, and there's no information on the back of the
I know,
cards.
that was weird.
That's what I'm shocked by that because
Why
last
is
time I mean
that?
we learned about the Red Hulk and
Yeah. I
a
really
lot
I
of
was
things by
expecting
looking
those
at the
kinda
back of the
stats.
cards. I'm a little surprised.
They're numbered. That's all.
Well,
I
that's
know.
complete the
That's
set.
about it.
I have already figured out the ones that I'm gonna look for. This version of all of them is really cool.
Colors.
It's like the movie. It's like a movie poster.
Yeah.
Right. They have, and we've been kind of. I know Ashley started doing it. Yeah, we were throwing them in the middle right here because they were so
Here's
cool.
a swoop bike. 330 swoop bike. It's a vehicle card, but I don't know if it's the same thing.
And I think they have also a saying card. Like that's why one of them was like trust no one.
Yeah. And
do it my way or something like that.
Yeah, it was like
do it my way right here, right there. We're doing it my way with
Yeah.
It's a variety of quotes from the movie.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, here's my question about this. One of the best things about the rebirth of Star Wars for me is the Lego. I'm not kidding. I was talking about Madden before, and I have a 2,000 piece Lego in my apartment waiting to do. I think.
What is
Don't
it?
we all? Don't we all?
I need to know.
Most of us do.
It's something from Star Wars. I'm blanking. I bought so many of them. We just finished Ninjago, so.
My cousin and I, we were the kings of Legos growing up, and I'll never forget this. He got, I don't know what year he got it, but we were on that cusp where it was like a collector or you were still a kid. I think it was like 12. It was probably like 11, 12-ish range, and he got the Star Destroyer. Like that giant, like, I don't know, 3,000 behemoth piece.
Yeah, well, you go into the Lego store, and some of that stuff, like the Millennium Falcon's like 5,000 pieces, like hundreds of dollars. You have to have a lot of patience, too, because they put these little pieces in. Yeah. And so what I do is I take a Tupperware and empty the bag into the Tupperware, but then you're fishing around, and the dog wants to play.
I remember wasting entire weekends just building stuff.
See, does Lego become collectible in the box, or is it if it's made? That's my question.
If it's made, it has to be.
Some of it nowadays, it could be a both one, but if it's made, generally people like to see something.
Start
that's
carrying
there.
it in the store.
Yeah, I've had a couple of guys ask us about it. No, definitely, it definitely doesn't hurt. No, I mean there are a collectible value for Lego. I mean we've had guys that ask me to try to get Legos that you could, let's say, pick up for X dollars, and in like 6 months or a year, could be double that or 20-30%. Anything collectible, it's pretty interesting.
But it's crazy what they, and how these kids know all this stuff. And, when you're doing it with a 5-year-old, you're really doing most of it. They're putting together the characters, and they're creating the fight scenes. I just had a Ninjago war over the weekend, and Blueberries gave the characters power, but still, couldn't trade that time for anything. But my point being, that's cool. Like, it's fun. Like, they have Jurassic Worlds coming out. They have Jurassic World Legos. Mm-hmm. They didn't do a lot with Black Panther. I didn't see it. They did a lot with Avengers.
Yeah.
Big Ninjago, because obviously,
you could build that up.
Yeah.
I know more about Ninjago than I ever thought I would.
I was never the kid that I wouldn't keep the sets together. I would build it once, and then maybe I'd have it like hanging out in my room for a little while, and then as soon as it broke a little bit, then I was like, all right, it's going into the gen pop of all of the.
Well, I think Legos also changed with time. Like now they have like instructions how to do it. I don't remember that when I was a kid.
I remember instructions.
How old are you?
30.
Oh well, that's why.
Yeah, I never remember instructions. I thought it was just one of those.
We were born
creatively put things together.
We were born in the 70s.
Oh, okay.
Right? You're the 70s? I didn't add the years.
Just assume.
I agree. Definitely in the 70s.
No, I always had instructions. I think the most detailed one I ever had though was the shuttle launch. So like I had the red thing that holds the shuttle, like the big tower and everything like that, and then the shuttle and I had the boosters and everything.
Yeah.
That was like the most intricate. I had the Millennium Falcon toy though.
Not the original.
No, not the original, but the one that came out probably 96. Like that.
Oh, okay.
It was a big one. It was this big, and you put the characters inside, and yeah, I had that.
Is that right around when when episode 1 was coming out, 96?
No, episode 1 was. When was episode 1? Oh wait, 5 minutes.
Had to be. It was in the 90s.
96, maybe.
I want to say it was when I was.
Having fun building a set.
I am.
It might
No,
have been
but I mean,
building a
99.
I think it's earlier.
Really?
I really do.
We'll wait. We'll figure it out.
Now, there's something that seems to be missing, because out of the boxes,
What's missing?
we're supposed to get
We have our
hits.
2 sketch cards. You have that sketch card too, and the patches.
Oh, but it says 1 autograph Oh, or
Chewy.
sketch card.
I think it's supposed to come with a Chewy.
Okay, I guess we still got because
We got the 2
we got
patches
the
and
two
the 2
sketches
sketches.
and just no auto.
And we got the Kira sticker.
Oh, okay.
Well, you got a sticker over there. You didn't show me.
Ah, the solo sticker.
I like the stickers.
Oh.
I actually, if no one,
Oh,
can, I
there's a
want.
sticker here where.
Oh yeah, there was another sticker. Where was the other sticker?
I know what I'm gonna do with the stickers.
Oh, here it is.
Got it.
Yeah, I
The
got some.
Empire sticker. Here, take this one.
Put that. Take a. Hold on. Wait. There's some stuff you need to go through for those.
Oh, awesome.
See, this is fun.
I like this one.
You know, you don't need to look at the backs of these cards.
It's really cool, and I know. I mean, we're just on camera and we're playing with stuff, but these are.
They're beautiful cards.
Yeah. Inside of the actual collecting all of them and stuff like that, they have different versions that you can like you guys were saying. They have the saying cards that are kind of in different colors, and they say the saying on the back also, and then they have just the silhouette versions of all the characters and stuff like that. So there's she might like one kind, I might like another kind, you might like all the stickers, which are awesome also, but we can all we can easily 2 or 3 people can go in on a box and then be like, all right, you like all these, I like all those.
Yeah, and this is more for for
Where
fun.
is that Kira sticker?
And if you look at it closely, each card, right, they're different colors too.
They do.
Some of them has the yellow color. Some of them have
the greenish gray.
Greenish gray.
We have to
It's
have
actually
more
what they consider
stickers.
parallel. So
Jimmy,
let's
you
say
got any stickers?
I think I only have one. So what happens with that is. What happens with that is, let's say the base set is usually come in a box. So you have 1 in 100, you're already good. But let's say if you want to continue to collect, then you go to the next level, which is yellow. And I think the next level is grayish green, and then the green. The more difficult one, and you'll see the sequentially numbered one, is actually that pink one right there in the middle.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
And if you flip to the back, it's numbered out of 99.
Jake Seeley from our very own network said that Phantom Menace was 1999.
I was off by 3 years.
I said 98 or 99. I was close.
Yep.
So
Jake,
wait, I didn't realize. So pink is colored. I didn't even look at the back for numbers. What else is numbered?
Pink, and I think there's a gold that's numbered out of 1, and I think there's something else that's numbered out of 25.
Oh, very cool.
So the back.
Here's another pink.
Huh.
So it's more like the. Yeah, if you want to. If you're the collector in you that says, look, I already got the base, I want to do this, I want to do that. Every
That's something
tier.
we see that's something like in the card market, you know, and you know, anything numbered is always more valuable because they have. If you look at a basic set like Topps Bowman, which is the home of the best baseball rookie card, would you agree the autograph card from Bowman is probably the most sought after?
Usually, yeah.
Usually, so there's a thing called the Superfractor. It's 1 of 1. That's where, I don't know if you guys follow sports at all, but have you heard of Shohei Ohtani on the Angels?
Yes.
Okay, have to ask.
Baseball used to be my
I know, but
sport,
you know what?
now I've gotten out of it, so I appreciate you asking. Yeah.
I don't assume anything.
I don't know anything, but I know the name. So there you go.
So like the Superfractor of him is going for $100,000.
Really?
There's only one. No one's found it. There's $100,000 offer out there for it. So like, because it's numbered 1 of 1, so the numbering makes it lower number is more collectible. So people will put together a set of 99s. That means only 99 people can do that. No one's ever going to be able to put together a set of 1 of 1s because there'll be products sitting on the shelves from years ago that still have stuff in there, most likely.
Wow.
And people aren't going to sell a lot of the cards.
Mm-hmm. And that's considered iconic brand. Like the way Topps able to brand it is anything that's considered Superfractor.
If you find any more
there's a
stickers,
value to that. So for example, one of the products, it's a Topps Chrome, which it's in The Force Awakens. There's actually a Chrome product of that. That's where you could possibly get a Superfractor. But that's where people go, wow, not only is it 1 of 1, it looks really nice. It's got this shine, it's got this gloss, and that's what people gravitate towards and really enjoy it.
Very cool. Now I can do this because I'm more into pops than the cards, and I can start helping you with your pops in your store. They have the minis now. And the minis, because they can sell a bunch of those they're about this big in boxes, and you get blind boxes for them. So it's almost like buying a deck of cards or a pack of cards or something.
So that's the thing I always wondered what made those pop things as a non-collector, but in the collectible universe. What made something where you see what it is so collectible? When I know we talked about this last time, but for me as a card person, I mean, I go in, I have no idea what I'm getting. I'm hoping to get something. So the blind
The
is
blind, well, they're
much more.
starting to do that now, and it's just and
It makes more sense.
I think they're starting to do that. They're only doing it with the minis. They're not really.
That's
doing
how you
it.
launch limited edition stuff, and
Right.
and create the chase.
I think they're doing that now because Funko collecting is becoming more mainstream. Like the more mainstream it's going to do, the more they're going to take on the characteristics of other collecting aspects and stuff like that. And that's why I think they're starting it with the minis. But as far as the regular size pops and everything, it really is just the limited amount that they make.
No, I get it.
So-
I'm just saying, but as a sports card memorabilia guy, the blind stuff makes more sense. It's like it's so funny. Like I have a friend in the toy world who is the exclusive guy for Shopkins, and I don't know what you know about Shopkins.
My drummer buys Shopkins.
It's the Beanie Baby of this millennium. It's
Right.
crazy, and they're after. And the thing about it that makes it is the chase for the rare stuff because there's blind stuff, which definitely helps drive sales. So that's how you cross over, I think, to get more people.
No, I agree.
I don't think Funko needs.
No, I'm not saying Funko does. I'm just speaking.
No, I agree. I agree.
Funko is like a slightly different, in my opinion, slightly different characteristics. It takes on a characteristics almost like comics, pop culture, and all that and so forth. The reason I say that is it's like with everything, supply and demand, right? If you like this character, if you like this, the way this looks, you want to buy it. And Funko, what it does is I think they, very smartly have certain limited pops, and then they also try to, have Funko figures of TV shows.
Yeah.
Right. So most recently, it was funny. I had a sort of like an argument ish with some of my guys. I'm like, and I bought Riverdale Funko Pops, and they looked at me going, "Why would you buy that?"
Because of
Who would
Archie
want that?
Comics, Archie Comics fans.
It's Archie comic fan, and also in WB, there's a Riverdale show that's popular among certain crowds.
I
And
don't think
therefore
it's the
people would
crowd
buy
that
it.
comes to your store. To be honest with
Yeah,
you,
that's.
I feel like that's like college, high school girls.
That's a Hot Topic seller.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
You go into Hot Topic, they are pushing the Riverdale.
What's
Now,
Hot Topic?
I felt
What do you mean by Hot Topic seller?
You don't know Hot Topic,
Hot
the
Topic,
store?
the store.
from a
Retail
Funko standpoint, it's very popular.
It's like Spencer's, but a little bit more goth in a sense, I guess.
No,
I don't
I'm
know.
not familiar. Where is it?
Every mall ever.
Yeah.
So you may want to go back to the malls.
Just check it out. You'll like it.
And
Will I?
Oh, you'll like
You'll hate it, but you'll like it.
What do they sell?
Everything.
It's pop culture, but through a very fixed lens of pop culture.
Yeah.
So like you're gonna go in, you're gonna see band shirts, but you're gonna see band T-shirts of only a snapshot of what's popular. So you'll probably see some Doors, you'll probably see some Ozzy Osbourne, and then you'll see a lot of screamo and some rap and.
What's screamo? Is that a
Screaming.
band or a type of music?
Type of music.
Okay.
Music. You should hear it.
You should
yeah,
not hear it.
definitely
Let's
not.
not do that.
Awful.
Let's not do that.
You
But
should.
no,
I'm not into that. I don't judge, but I'm not into any of that like type of
that-
stuff. Is
but
that like
that's-
Guar was in the back in the day?
Guar's more
Death metal.
Death metal. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's Guar.
And Screamo's is Screamo a?
Screamo actually has decent music.
Is it a derivative of death metal
It's
and
much more
speed metal?
emotional.
Screamo.
It's a
have
lot
you heard
more
of hardcore
whiny.
music? Like hardcore, like really heavy rock.
Is this like the stuff they play in like Eastern European clubs that like in all the movies?
No. It's
No,
more like
no, no,
whiny,
that's dubstep and
emotional.
stuff.
Like, oh yeah, dubstep is awful. Sorry, we're going on a rant.
Screamo's not where they're screaming into the microphone.
No, they are.
it is,
That's
it
the
is.
point. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not my cup of tea.
That's where it gets. But the music.
I like
behind
it's
it
the
is
summer.
very
It's time
good.
to get yacht rock on Sirius going.
Let's not plug Sirius here.
Not at all. I'm just you're right, but it was a more of a mention for the type of music being.
Oh yeah, no.
You know.
Look, my dad loves Sirius. I'm
No, but
probably listening to it right now.
No, I was just saying. You know, I was just trying to be.
my dad loves Sirius. Okay, that,
At any
that
rate,
works
moving,
out.
getting back to Star Wars, as we've,
No, but talking about like blind boxes with Funkos and minis, like my theory in general, like when people have something that's, when you talk about value and assessing a value, there's a value of opening something that you get what you wanted. And
Right.
there's the value of chase. You could open like 20, 30 of them. But when you finally get what you wanted, you could spend so much more than you expected if you bought just that one thing.
Right.
For
On
the
a retail
value.
standpoint, believe me, it's genius.
There's something about. I mean, I'm a big breaker, hence red felt breaks, and I have. I mean, unopened stuff I save. I have some boxes that I got a couple weeks ago still from the Bowman for that Shohei Ohtani that I'm not ready to open yet because I don't want to go out and buy more because the price is too high. And I'm just.
It is a bit high, yes.
I've spent a lot since then.
Who do you know that's really lucky? They should be opening all of them.
Listen, I run hot and cold. I mean, I got a case from Jimmy and I pulled this guy Brendan McKay's Superfractor. It's unfortunate his second card. If it was his rookie card, it would be a lot of money because they're calling him the next Shohei Ohtani. But still, I mean, it's a couple $1,000 card. Wow. So, like, I mean, it comes and goes, the luck.
Wow. I'm
hopefully
not
on
that
Friday,
lucky at all,
if you tune in at 1 o'clock, we're going to be going after Aaron Judge's rookie.
Nice.
2013 Bowman draft picks and top prospects. I'm excited for this. The Superfractor of Judge has been pulled, but you got Austin Meadows, you got Clint Frazier, you have Aaron Judge, 3 big names right now.
So out of that box, what's the potential, like the bigger, obviously.
You guaranteed 1 autograph in the box. Some boxes have 2. You guarantee it could be a base, which is like this, but an autograph. It's not numbered. It could be numbered like the pink. You know, you have different colors. You have blue is 150. You have. Back then, I don't even know how many colors they had in 13.
They have like red now.
Well, they have so many more now, but they always had, I think they had gold too. I don't even know what they had back in 2013, to be honest with you, how many of the subsets they had. But the point being, it's hard. Yeah. But you know what? You got to be in it to win it, like the old Lotto commercials.
Yeah, and then if you're conversely, if you're chasing something, let's say in Star Wars, in the earlier Topps releases, you could possibly get Harrison Ford auto, Leia auto. Mark Hamill auto. I mean, those are what's considered people would chase after.
Yeah.
But then when The Force Awakens came out, then you're talking about Rey. Then you're talking about some of the new characters and that people try to chase after. I mean, it's different than sports, but in like
they're in concert together. It's all under the same umbrella.
Right.
It's all under the same umbrella.
At the end of the day, it's still fun.
So
I should hire you to sort my cards. You are so meticulous and neat.
Yeah, that was.
I'm so sorry.
No, why are you apologizing? I'm giving you a compliment. I'm giving you a compliment. Are you kidding me?
Now I just want to organize these
Go
cards.
for it.
I've been trying to
Go for it.
I've been trying to get Danny's attention.
It would not be like me to just give it to her that easy.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay.
Exactly.
We don't want to ruin it.
How does that make you feel?
I'm
No,
sweating.
I see the water right there. I didn't get anywhere near the water. I was very careful with it.
It's just mean, cruel.
Listen, I mean,
Boys.
my sorting, I used to be a lot more meticulous.
have so much
now I
fun.
just have too much stuff that I just.
You can take out that pile right now.
I break it into categories of how I'm going to resell it.
Well, yeah, see, that's smart.
I used to sort by with the Bowman. I buy a lot of Bowman just because you have to hold it for the guys that come in later on. And I used to sort the paper and the chrome ones by number so I could find a guy when I needed it. Now I don't bother with the base stuff. I only really sort the autograph stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But
you can have Ashley in charge of sorting the base stuff.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay. Be careful what you wish for.
My only job. I'll come in. I'll.
You
sort
can
the
do that,
cards.
and I'll see the Star Wars movie again, and so you don't have to. And
Fine.
you sort.
No, I want to see it. I'm actually excited for it.
No,
Good.
This
Someone
is why
needs
I'm
to be.
bothering her about this.
Because I've been gunning about it since
Number
like,
one,
day
because one of her hashtags for our show is Ashley didn't watch it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Number one.
Yeah.
But number two, because out of the 3 monster beginning like kickoff summer movie blockbusters,
Avengers, Deadpool, or Solo Story. If you had to pick, obviously.
If you could
pick one,
let me
in order.
Let me throw
what
out
would
the
you
actual
be excited
scenario.
about?
Let me hold on. I'll throw out the actual scenario that we talked about on the show. It was
Go for it.
all right. Out of those 3 movies, you're only allowed to watch one of them on time. The other 2, you cannot watch for an entire year.
It's not even a question. It's Avengers.
Avengers.
I said Solo Story.
She said Solo.
But because it has a pretense, that's all.
Here's what I said.
Sure, Infinity War is 10 years in the making, but Solo Story is 30 plus years, I believe.
Yeah, I get it, but
Here's what I said. Mine was different than everybody's. I said Deadpool 2, and here's why. Because I said, you know what? I can couple Episode 9 and Solar Story together a year from now. And I can couple Avengers Infinity War and Avengers 4. I wouldn't have any time gap between the two movies.
Okay, I'll give you the rationale, but you couldn't pay me to see Deadpool 2 over those and wait
Exactly.
and to wait a year. I don't care if I
over
ever see
Infinity
Deadpool
War?
2.
Come on.
Well,
Actually, you know the game F Marry Kill.
Yeah.
You want to play with those movies? I would kill Deadpool 2, and I didn't see
You
it.
can't kill Deadpool. That's the whole thing.
But you actually could also pair Avengers with next Avengers and Miss Marvel, right?
Yeah.
See?
That's true.
What's the next big movie coming out this summer in that world?
I don't know if it's big.
Ant-Man and Wasp.
Ant-Man and Wasp.
Yeah,
I'm
I
excited
won't.
for
I
that.
won't be seeing that
You
so
should.
fast.
It's
That's
I'm just
good.
saying I won't be seeing it so fast. I'm not rushing to see it.
It's gonna be cool because from what I heard, and this isn't giving anything away.
Evangeline Lilly is hot. Yes.
Yeah.
She's amazing.
It takes place before Infinity War, but it's gonna unlock some of the stuff that they're gonna need for
Well,
episode
yeah.
4.
I'm just saying I'm not rushing to see it.
Yeah.
I'm more excited about The Incredibles 2 than that.
That looks good too.
Yeah, the
I'm
previous.
just saying, you know.
Tag is coming out soon.
Tag looks amazing. I
Tag
cannot wait to see
looks
Tag.
Fuck.
I cannot wait to see Tag.
That's one thing from last time. Remember you were talking about Venom, and I wasn't that excited about Venom because I haven't seen the preview.
Yeah, I don't need to see
I finally
Venom.
saw the preview.
Yeah, what do you
and
think?
I was like, whoa.
I don't need to see Venom.
Eddie Brock is not bad. I mean, you know.
Tom Hardy.
Yeah, Tom Hardy is not bad as Eddie Brock. I was like, that is actually. I may be interested in seeing that.
I don't care
The
about
only
the
thing I
story.
wasn't sure about is the actual Venom costume. I wasn't as excited about it. I think they could have done
He's a
better.
great actor. He was
Thank
great as
you.
It
Bane.
reminds me of
Right.
what is it? Free Willy.
Free Willy?
It does.
How dare you take Willie's name in vain?
Did you hear this though?
That's
'Cause
blasphemy.
you haven't
did.
been looking into anything because you just saw the trailer, so you haven't been digging in anything.
No,
but
I've-
did you know Woody Harrelson is cast?
Yes, I heard about it, but I don't know.
He's
You know
so
who
he,
he's cast as.
he's crossing over from Star Wars to
Yeah, a
Marvel?
lot of the guys.
He's cast as I don't know if I should say this,
Do it.
as the guy who becomes Carnage.
Oh, that.
So
would,
he's going to be
who's
playing-
Carnage?
It's another symbiote.
Is that like Venom's enemy?
Yeah. But so he's gonna be playing like a serial killer, basically, like a crazy.
Well, he's done that before.
That's almost like the natural born killer. type.
Natural
Yeah.
born killers.
So he's
They're
gonna
gonna
play
bring Juliette
essentially
Lewis back too.
reprise that
Oh,
character.
that's so good.
I haven't seen that movie in
in
20
an action
years.
movie, like in a superhero movie.
haven't
Oh,
seen
that
like
is-
5.
that
but it was
sounds
pretty good.
interesting. You
It's
see,
gonna
now
be intense.
I'm.
Yeah.
I'm
That was
intrigued.
that movie
That was
was,
good.
was
Yeah.
way ahead of its time.
Yeah. So that's gonna be. I mean, he's gonna basically play that character again.
Okay.
So.
Also, hey, no, we never want you guys to come in.
So
But it is also interesting how like all characters, like Greg said, they're all in different movies. You know, it's like Lando. He was also in another movie that relates to space.
Yeah.
The Martians.
The Martians.
Yeah.
What's The Martians?
It's not exactly not The Martian or The Martian actually. It's the one with Matt Damon, where he was.
Oh,
Mars.
I was okay.
Yeah.
He Landau was in that movie as Landau.
As Childish Bambino. No, as Gambino.
Donald Glover. His name is so much easier. Donald Glover.
Childish
as Don-
Gambino.
Did you hear this though? Keeping in the Disney family, Donald Glover actually has been rumored to be in Black Panther 2.
Oh yeah, there's conversations about it. I mean, we'll see.
We'll
It's
see.
all
I mean,
hype.
he did do Billy D. Williams justice.
I would have liked to see Billy D. just.
I
make a
would have
little
liked to see
cameo.
one cameo. That's what I was having a conversation with someone. Like, listen, I mean, it doesn't have to be as their character, but sort of like, and I used like how Stan Lee's in movies, or like the
Oh,
A-Team
yeah.
movie. Did you ever see the A-Team movie? How Face and Murdoch were in the movie, not playing themselves, nothing to do with, just in the movie. I thought I was waiting for someone. Like, you knew Harrison Ford wouldn't, although they would have been smart to do it. It would have been great to have Billy D.
Billy D. I think they could have easily gotten away with him being in it. Harrison Ford, they
playing,
wouldn't have,
it would have
but-
been great if the Harrison Ford and Billy D were playing whatever their version of poker was with them.
If they had
That
played
would-
a card game too.
that would.
And
That
like
would've-
the end scene.
At the
In
end
Yes.
scene.
The end scene, if they were at the table also, oh, that would have been great. Yeah, and they backed out as soon as Young Han comes in. They're like, too rich for my blood or something like that.
Yeah.
And walked away.
You know, they did that in the
would've been
21
great.
Jump Street movies with
Right.
Johnny Depp and what was Doug's name? The guy, DeLuise. Peter, was it Peter? Oh, God.
I don't know the original 21 Jump Street, but the
You never saw the TV show?
No.
Wow.
But the
Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp. But the
It was
movie
in Syndicate.
funny.
I loved watching 21 Jump Street when I was a kid.
I love 21 and 22 Jump Street. Those two movies. were
no,
great.
if you
Did you
wa-
hear they're gonna make a crossover between them and Men in Black now?
Really?
They'll do anything.
Yeah.
Sony has it in the works. It's like past the writing stages. It's in the works.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
All of our responses. Okay.
We'll see where it goes.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. I mean, Hollywood could do anything, right? That's a beautiful thing. It's like comic books. You know, a comic book guy can die and come back to life because, you know, someone blew their nose and it's sent back to space-time continuum and the bullet that hit his heart actually shifted.
And then he comes back.
So, did anyone watch the show Lucifer?
No.
Loved Lucifer. They canceled it, but I don't know. They're trying to save Lucifer. They had an episode Monday night where, I mean, the story basically, you know, he's trying to get back his father, where God narrated the story and he changed the whole thing, talking about how he did one little thing, changed the whole space-time continuum.
Very cool. So we only have a couple minutes left. Ashley is still sitting here sorting cards like crazy.
He's almost done. He's doing a great job.
I'm having so much fun.
So I guess what do you guys? I want you guys to take a minute to promote stuff. Obviously, you're going to be on the on the network later on.
Yeah, I'm going to be
Friday?
on Friday on Fantasy Sports Today, 1 o'clock.
Who is helping you open these cards? I really want to know who's lucky.
I don't. Well,
you don't know yet? Is it Nando?
No. Well,
no?
Sussman's not allowed to touch cards because
Sussman, I believe, is still on vacation.
He is, but he's not allowed to touch cards after how he gets too. You know, he doesn't respect the card, and he won't. He doesn't know I'm saying this, so I could say
What does he
anything.
do?
He's not
He
gonna
just
watch
like
this.
you know, like he's.
He starts
You got to be
bending them?
gentle.
Ah.
Because the stuff we're opening, we're doing stuff for
That's
value, not for.
Sussman.
This is not value. Like, so we're looking for like a couple $1,000 cards. So like you have to be
If
careful.
I knew, yeah, I would be even afraid to open the packages.
Well,
if
I would
knew,
have taught
like,
you
you're
how to
getting
open the
thousands
pack.
of dollars.
I would have taught you, but I'm going to be coming.
gloves.
Sharon and I, Black Jaded Wolf, and at Red Felt Breaks, we're going to be on FST on Friday. We do Red Felt Fridays with the guys.
Very cool.
And you know, depending on the week, you know, sometimes we'll do a whole show, sometimes we'll do a segment. But we have a lot of fun doing it. And it's, you know, this week, like I said, we're going for the Aaron Judge rookie auto.
Well, best of luck.
Thank you.
Be careful with whoever's here. Hopefully, you have some lucky people.
I know that Jake offered Gregg to hit me over the head if we pulled the Otani so he could have it.
And Gregg won't be here, and Jake will be in Virginia Beach. Quick,
There you
give a
go.
shout out
You
to your
don't
comic
have to
book
fear
store again,
anything.
because I want everybody out there to see it.
Montasy Comics NYC.
We are going to be doing a live event. Where is it?
It is on 5th Avenue between 38th and 39th Street.
What's the address?
431 5th Avenue. We're on the second floor. So typically what we get is people call us and say, where are you? And then we say, just look up and you'll find us. And we get to buzz you in too.
Awesome.
That's all you
Well,
need.
we are
Let
going
me
to
show
do a
you
live
what we
event
do.
from there for
Actually,
sure.
hold on.
But everybody, guys,